Hey, LS11 Universe! No, a child didn't break into the stream. It's me, Zander Carver of Zander LS11. The beard added 20 years and took away 10 pounds. Anyway, welcome to Backlash Predictions. I'm joined as usual by the current predictions champion.
Maybe a little too. I do like my tournaments. In my defense, I love my tournaments. Yes, it's Ray Wood, the current reigning, defending, undisputed predictions champion. Also of, let me see, the Breathing Nerddom podcast. Go subscribe.
Yeah.
You're on the podcast.
Yeah, I am. I also forget you're coming directly into my ear this time. Yes, no audio loop back. We're all good this time, finally.
Yep. We finally thought to plug in headphones.
Yeah, well, I didn't plug any in. I just turned them on. I'm fancy.
Yeah. Fancy boy. Fancy bald boy.
Anyway, shut up. You're talking to the ARW champ. Wait, no, I'm not the champion. Sephiroth is, but it's fine. I've got the belt. I can at least hold this.
Yeah.
It'll make me feel a little less cold and alone. Isn't that right, Sylvie?
So what makes you feel more cold and alone? The lack of a belt or the lack of a beard?
Yes. I'm going to say the beard, honestly. Okay. Because, yeah, I've technically been YouTube Universe Champion for like the last 4 years almost, but I haven't held that belt up like in years. Like, I took the aluminum foil.
I'm pretty sure there's like a non-compete clause on that belt, buddy.
I don't think so. I don't think we ever established one.
Later that same evening.
Okay, so
I feel like I made an epic conclusion to that game.
Even though we're almost 4 minutes into this predictions video and haven't predicted a single match, I need to set some ground rules here. So Ray and I talked about our predictions before we did this, and we have very, very similar predictions with the exception of 2 matches out of the 7.
I'm sorry, guys.
It's the fact
the
that
main roster is just much more unpredictable.
And Bruce Pritchard is in charge of the whole thing now. They gave Paul Heyman the sack today.
Really? I didn't hear about that.
Yeah, it happened just right before we started recording. I didn't get a chance to tell you.
They fired Heyman?
As direct, so he can focus on in-ring.
AKA, Bruce, you've been here for a while, and Vince likes you because you kicked his ass.
Yes, and Paul, yeah, the Raw ratings are down. It's obviously your fault, even though all TV ratings are down right now for everyone.
8 hours later.
We've added 2 extra predictions that Ray and I are probably going to differ on, I would think.
Hopefully.
At least, I think we'll differ on at least one of them.
Yeah.
And also the final thing, there is no footage to use of me shaving because it's a little too graphic, I think.
How is it too graphic?
I take off my shirt in it. I don't like showing that. It's only
Xander, this video is already demonetized just by how much I cuss. So
and also, I don't want to show a video of me with my shirt off. Well, I've gained 20 pounds during quarantine. So anyway,
just black it out.
Look, I will show people this just to prove because I showed this last time. I'll show that just to prove I did it.
Yeah. Do you have a video of you shaving your face, or is the video of you shaving your face you with your shirt off?
The video of me shaving my face has my shirt off, and also you only get me buzzering my face except the mustache.
Okay, compromise. You do upload that video. You just put like a censor bar over it, which is my face going.
Anyway, yeah. Also, there's no full footage of me like fully shaving my face. I get down to just the mustache, and I don't get rid of the shadow. So it was over 2.5 hours of shaving. So that's also the other reason why there's not footage. So, up first on the greatest show, Backlash, we have the United States Championship on the line. Apollo Crews defending the newly won United States Championship against former champion Andrade. I think we have the same one here.
Yeah, I have Apollo.
I also have Apollo. That's a pretty easy one. He just won it. I mean, I could see Pritchard taking it off of him. But with the whole Black Lives Matter, which they do, with the whole Black Lives Matter stuff going on, which they do, there's my statement, just repeating that real quick. They definitely don't want to take the belt off Apollo right after they put it on him. Plus, he's been a great champion since winning it.
Yeah, they're very much focused on the Black Lives Matter movement, which is a valid movement, every opinion of mine. And he stands as a great champion, as does Keith Lee.
Up next, we have the Women's Tag Team Championships as champions Bayley and Sasha Banks, who just won them, defend them against the Iconics, and former champions Bliss Cross Applesauce. That's a horrible name. I hate that name. Anyway, this is one we actually differ on.
People.
This is one we actually differ on. So who do you have, Ray?
Bayley and Sasha.
I actually have the Iconics.
So you think it's going to be like a form of chicanery or like mistrust being sown between Bayley and Sasha?
I think so. I also think Sasha Banks wins championships but doesn't successfully defend them. She never has. Like, since she came to the main roster, she's a 5-time singles champion and 1-time tag champion with 0 successful title defenses other than one via DQ, which was for the women's tag titles.
Good God.
I might be digging my own grave here for the IWC, but I don't particularly care for Sasha Banks that much. I think she's a little overrated nowadays. I got the hype 5 years ago. I just don't get it now.
And in that moment, millions of Mark's chants screamed out.
So, there's one we actually differ on. So, Ray's got Bayley and Banks. I've got the Iconics. Anyway,
I will say this, though. I don't think they're going to hold it for long. But I do think they're going to get one successful title defense.
Who knows? But anyway, up next is the... What else is next? I got to pull it up on my phone. Oh, Sheamus versus Jeff Hardy in a feud that is just uncomfortable to watch, honestly.
Yeah. This is like the most uncomfortable thing ever because no one is playing character. Okay, I will say this. It is not the most uncomfortable angle WWE's ever done.
Katie Vick says hi.
No, not even Katie Vick. Katie Vick is tame. Because Katie Vick's at least fictional. I'm talking about like Jerry Lawler, Jake the Snake, where they talk about Jake's alcoholism.
Eddie's down there.
Yeah. That was my next one. Eddie's in hell. That is like the one that really crosses the line for me.
Yeah.
Saying a man like, okay, I get you want to get Randy over as a heel, but Eddie's actually dead.
Yeah.
So, like, unless the blow-off is going to be Eddie rises from the grave, kicks Randy Orton's ass.
See, for the sake of diversity, I do want to go with someone other than... Because we're going to have the same pick normally. For the sake of diversity, I want to go with Jeff Hardy, but I also really don't want to do this loser punishment, which we'll talk about after we've done the predictions.
My idea. Sheamus.
I'm going Sheamus. Like, if I can't win, I can at least tie, and then you'll have to watch it too.
Don't worry, we're not watching porn. No.
No, we'll explain in a minute. It's worse. Anyway, let's see. Oh, I forgot to mute my phone before this. Whoops. Sorry about that, everyone. I forget to do that. I've been forgetting to do that a lot this week. Anyway, so that's 3 matches. Is that 3 matches?
Yeah, we're 3 deep.
3 in. Okay. So up next for the Universal Championship, Braun Strowman defends in a handicap match against Miz and Morrison. Hey, ho, ho. I mean...
Braun Strowman.
Exactly. Granted, last time Braun was in a handicap match for a championship, and we all said, well, Braun's just going to win because it's what he does. Sami Zayn pinned him, but, you know.
Unless they're, like, angling from maybe The Miz to get, like, a surprise one with the belt. That way him and Morrison can feud for it.
I doubt it. I think if we do a Miz Morrison feud,
I think WWE's too dumb for that.
Yeah, I think we all know.
That'd be way too smart of a move on WWE's part.
Plus, we've got SummerSlam coming up, and I think Braun's got a date with The Fiend at SummerSlam. So,
yeah.
Or a big dog, a very, very big dog.
I'm gonna be surprised if Roman doesn't get demoted.
Who knows, man?
He doesn't deserve it. He does not deserve it. I'm not saying if he gets demoted, he deserves it. Okay, I am not saying that at all. I am saying Vince McMahon is a known asshole, and he will get mad at someone for doing what's in their best interest for their family and their health.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I'm gonna be shocked if Roman is still considered top guy after this.
Yeah, but yeah. Anyway, yeah, Vince just found another long-haired, bearded, handsome gentleman to make his top guy recently. Anyway, Drew McIntyre is very handsome.
Okay, I thought you were talking about Braun. I was like,
Braun's pretty handsome too. I'm straight, by the
eh.
way. And I'm straight and in a relationship that has lasted over 3 years. Just saying. Anyway, anyway, I think we both got Braun here.
Yeah.
I think this hacker that's being revealed to be Mustafa Ali, because I guarantee you that's who it is.
You think it's gonna be Mustafa?
I have no doubt in my mind it's gonna be Mustafa Ali. He's teasing that there's a split between the team. A lot of people think it's gonna be the New Day. I think it's gonna be Miz and Morrison.
Yeah.
I think John Morrison, he's got to go solo. He came back. He went around the world to reinvent himself for the last 10 years, and they just brought him back right where he used to be.
Yeah.
So they got to lose here, and it can lead to the Miz and Morrison split, which I'm all in for.
Yeah. Miz and Morrison split. That's a good idea. Miz is best as a solo heel.
Absolutely.
You put Miz on any show, he can be top heel in 2 weeks.
Exactly. They just haven't let him do that in a few years for some ungodly reason.
2016, 2017, if they would have put like the World Championship on him on SmackDown,
Exactly.
he could have done some amazing stuff.
And also, I mean, a lot of people were like, well, SmackDown doesn't have enough tag teams at that point. The travel ban is done to America for work-related things. So Robert Roode can come back, and then that pointless tag team with Dolph Ziggler can just take the spot of Miz and Morrison. There you go. So
yeah, or you can bring some guys over from NXT UK.
Exactly. Anyway, so yeah, that's long story short. We both have Braun on that one. Braun. Anyway, that's 4. So we have 3 matches left. For the Raw Women's Championship, recently crowned champion Asuka defends against Botchmaster Nia Jax. I mean, there is so much heat on Nia right now that they've got to keep it on Asuka, right?
There is literally enough heat on Nia Jax right now to like sear a steak. It's like, good God.
Yeah, and just so this stands, I don't dislike Nia because she's a woman. I don't dislike Nia because she's bigger.
I dislike Nia because she sucks.
I dislike Nia because she almost killed Kairi Sane.
And then she like broke Becky Lynch's nose. Like the
She
countless other things she did.
Yes, she has a history of injuries. She is an unsafe worker. I say the same thing about several male wrestlers. I said the same thing about Ryback. Ryback was an unsafe worker.
I'm not even sure Ryback knew what wrestling was when he was doing it.
I don't think so either. I'm so blocked on Twitter by both of them soon. Anyway, so yeah, also the other reason I think Asuka's going to win, guess who she got pinned by on Raw this week in a non-title match?
Woo!
Yeah. So I guess we're heading to that. Ray loves Charlotte Flair, don't you, Ray?
I hate her so much.
I know you do.
I hate her so much.
I'm cutting this part out of the video. Next match. Next match. Anyway, WWE Championship. Bobby Lashley and Drew McIntyre.
If Bobby Lashley wins the title, I'm going to punch my fist through a window.
I have really enjoyed Bobby Lashley's work as a monster heel lately.
Drew McIntyre needs to keep this belt until they find someone worthy of getting the opportunity to beat him.
Yeah, and I think it could be Lashley, just not yet.
Possibly.
I think Lashley, since they've aligned him with MVP on Raw, Lashley has been better than he has been his entire WWE career.
I will say this, though. I know I said Roman's probably not going to get any rub when he comes back, which sucks. It's not fair.
Yep.
It isn't fair at all. But what I will say is, if he does come back, I could see him hypothetically going to Raw and taking the belt off Drew.
Yeah, but in the end, I'm gonna play it safe and stick with Drew. I'm gonna kick myself if Bobby wins.
I
But
also think someone who could take the belt off him is Kevin Owens when he comes back.
Kevin Owens is back.
Oh, right.
He's just been in the mid-card because apparently WWE doesn't see him as anything other than a mid-carder.
Haven't beat one of the top heels at WrestleMania. Call him a mid-carder.
Twice.
Have him be called a mid-carder when he could be the next Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Yep. Well, before we get into the bonus predictions, because we're gonna, I've thought of an extra one, and I'll tell you that one in a second. But what will likely be the main event of the show? The greatest wrestling match ever. Randy Orton versus Edge. Ray, who do you have and why?
I have Edge. I think Edge is going to be built. Now, this isn't the pretense that the match actually happens.
Yeah, Ray and I both don't think we're going to get an actual match out of this.
I think it's going to be like some sort of no contest, chicanery, some type of BS. Because to promote a match as the greatest wrestling match of all time and to have it actually happen would be disastrous.
I agree.
I think what they were trying to do here is build Randy up as a heel, and you could have called this match any number of things, other than the greatest wrestling match of all time.
Well, I've heard news recently of why they're calling it this.
Why?
They were going to do this match in Saudi Arabia, and that was going to be the tagline because the Prince of Saudi Arabia would have loved it because he, is into that era of wrestling. But since they're not going back to Saudi this year because of the travel bans due to Steve Corino,
I think you could call it like the final battle. Just make it feel great. I think that what they're trying to do is make the match feel grand, so Randy can rip it away, and then Randy gets major heel heat.
Heel heat. Anyway, he gets NXT stars in the crowd heat.
Yeah. I'm just saying, I think this is the mentality.
Yeah.
I think this is the mentality of the match. But if the match does happen, I'm betting Edge.
Yeah, well, I love the fact that Edge has signed a deal to come back for 5 matches a year for the next 3 years, and so far 3 of those 5 matches he's fought Randy Orton.
Yeah.
But yeah.
If he beats Orton, do you think he's on the short list to be number 1 contender for Drew's title?
It's a good question. By the way, just so people know, I'm going with Randy Orton. I think if we get a match, Randy Orton's winning it because, well, Randy, you haven't won a match in a while. Let's give you something, kid.
So 50-50 booking is your reason.
It's WWE, and now Bruce Pritchard's in control of it? Absolutely.
Okay, yeah. Oh, I wasn't judging your reason. I was just saying.
Yeah, 50-50 booking. When in doubt, expect 50-50 booking. Unless your name's Brock Lesnar, you get 50-50 booked.
I think here's something I'm thinking that they could do to possibly salvage this. Other than the match just doesn't happen.
Uh-huh.
You could have Edge hypothetically ruin the match. Turn heel. Edge is the best heel since late 90s Triple H. Edge can make you hate him. Edge is an amazing heel. And we were just talking about that. Drew needs bodies. Drew needs a guy. Drew needs someone who will get him over as the babyface. And like it or not, every single time Edge has been asked to put someone over and make you want them to be world champion and he's the heel, he's made it work.
Oh, yeah.
He's made it work with John Cena. He made it work with Undertaker. He made it work with Mysterio. He really made it work with Jeff Hardy.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm thinking, because Edge is so reliable, maybe you turn him heel and put him in there against Drew.
Now here's the thing that you say there. I think we all know, because Edge wants it. Edge has admitted, since coming back, he wants this. If they turn Edge heel, they're going to do a rated RKO reunion.
Yeah. Oh, okay. That could lead to a triple threat.
Do does anyone else want a rated RKO reunion? I mean,
I think the moment in the Rumble was really cool, but
they did double RKO Drew.
yeah, I think the moment in the Rumble was really, really cool. I think they got this massive pop because fans thought, oh, this is a one night only thing. It's a big pop. It's something for the hardcore fans who've been watching the products for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
But they took this one pop and are basing everything they're doing with Edge over one pop.
Yep. Oh, the ratings spiked when Goldberg was on the show. Let's take the belt off the Fiend.
Yeah, but can you imagine, like, let's say they do it at SummerSlam, Edge is gearing up for the spear, and he runs in and then Claymore?
Oh, that'd be great.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, that is the main prediction. So everything is the same except for I have Randy Orton and the Iconics, while Ray has Bayley and Banks and Edge. So here are the 3 bonus round picks that will help in case of ties. 1. AJ Styles and Daniel Bryan are having a match for the vacant Intercontinental Championship tonight on SmackDown. We're recording this on a Thursday. I'm saying tonight because this is going out on a Friday. I don't know who's going to win that, but I'm willing to bet there would be a tiebreak. There would be a rematch this weekend Backlash. Now I'm trying to decide, should we make this prediction if they do a match at Backlash, or should we make this prediction for tomorrow's match? I almost feel like we make our predictions based on Backlash, but then if it doesn't happen at Backlash, we just count this if there's a tie.
Yeah, okay.
Let's do it
so
like that.
I'm gonna bet Styles.
For sake of diversity, I will go with Bryan. My heart says Styles, but I'm gonna go Bryan.
They moved Styles over to the other show so fast, and it's clear they're looking for a main eventer. Someone to fill the void Roman left behind, although AJ Styles could have been an amazing feud for Drew McIntyre. Let's never mind that. Let's never mind how pissed that makes me. Anyway.
Well, Dominik Dijakovic is coming up to Raw to help fill that void where AJ left, so.
I love Dominik, but he's not AJ Styles.
No, you're right, he's not. I am
AJ
excited to see
Styles is the
Dijakovic
best
on Raw.
stuff we're working right now.
I am excited to see Dijakovic, though, on Raw.
Yeah. Big beefy boys.
I like Dijakovic. But yes, so these 3 predictions here only count if there is a tie, just so everyone knows. So, like, say Randy Orton wins, but then Bayley and Banks win, so Ray and I are tied. Then Bryan and Styles is the tiebreaker. But if somehow there's still a tie, here's 2 other predictions. Does Otis Dozovic cash in Money in the Bank? Or make an attempt? I was also going to say no. So
no. I am going to say that Otis Dozovic is going to cash in some sort of comedy segment.
I agree. Okay, and finally, I'm not going to say any official kind of match here, but some kind of combination of match between Aleister Black, Humberto Carrillo, and Rey Mysterio against Seth Rollins, Austin Theory, and Murphy. So, aka the Messiahs against any of those 3.
I would go with the Messiahs.
Okay. Well, then it really comes down to Bryan versus Styles.
Are you hoping I was just going to go with Aleister Black?
Yeah, I don't think there's going to be a match of any kind there.
Okay, I'm just going to say, I feel really bad because I probably should have said, no, don't shave, it's fine.
Yeah.
You don't have to do it. I feel bad, so I will change my pick to Aleister Black.
Okay, then I will go with the Messiah should a match happen. I say that Austin Theory doesn't win matches, so I may have just cost myself. So now, Ray, let's tell the fine folks at home what we've lost if we lose these predictions.
Okay, well, for one, last time we bet our dignity, and that was too much. So we're gonna dial it back.
Hair will never be on the line again on my part.
So we're just gonna dial it back and bet our sanity. So we are going. The loser has to watch Heroes of Wrestling.
Yeah.
the infamous pay-per-view, the drunk as a skunk, Jake Roberts, fat Yokozuna, Vader, terrible pay-per-view.
Yeah.
In full. It's on YouTube. And if you guys want to watch it, yeah. I'm going to say personally, if I lose, I will be fairly inebriated while watching this.
If I lose, I'll do a live watch along or something.
Yeah.
Like,
I might do a live watch along. Who knows?
We'll see what happens.
Yeah. I don't know how ready we are for this.
No one is ready.
It's
I really hope I win. I'd really like to have Goldie back.
Yeah, okay. Let's lay down this rule because it was starting to look like it going into TakeOver.
Okay.
If there is a tie, the champion retains, but we both do the punishment.
Yep.
Okay.
That feels
we
like
need to establish that because we were kind of going back and forth on what would happen.
Yeah, well, the original plan was for TakeOver, because I knew you really didn't want to shave your hair, was if we tied, I'd keep the belt, but I would do the punishment in exchange for the next tie going to you doing the punishment. But yes, so from here on out, if we lose, Ray and I will both be doing watch-throughs of Heroes of Wrestling, and Ray will still have Goldie for now. Anyway, so we'll see you guys for the next... Ray will be back for either the next Universe TakeOver or the next predictions, whichever comes first. I've been Zander.
Or another episode of the Breathing Nerddom podcast.
That too. I'm talking mainly the LS11 Universe channel.
Yeah.
So we'll see you guys then. I've been Zander. He's been Ray. This has been Predictions. I'm getting my beard back. And Goldie, I'm bringing you home on Sunday.